Well, good morning, y'all. Today I have to go into town, so thought I would take the opportunity to share with y'all what I think is safe shopping during the COVID-19 pandemic and social distancing. Well, I prefer to call it physical distancing during the pandemic. Also, I'd like to take a minute or two, actually probably a few minutes here in a little bit after we get through shopping, to talk to y'all about the mental struggle during the quarantine and ways to deal with being quarantined. So stick around and enjoy the ride and the talk. Well, that car wash is chained off closed. Well, no luck at toilet paper in that Dollar General. They don't just have empty shelves, they have stocked it with other stuff. I'll take y'all in the next stop. Don't want y'all to feel left out. Definitely a lot less traffic out here, that's for sure. On Kemp Boulevard now. Fixing to run into Target and see if they have a little toilet paper for my sister's birthday. Never thought I'd get my sister toilet paper for her birthday, but it seems to be like gold nowadays. That'd be like searching for gold too. Hey. It's a 100-man sport, all this, one each per customer. To Aldi's we go. It's one of the busiest intersections in Wichita Falls, I think. I don't know that that's a fact, but I think it is. let's go see if we can finish our grocery shopping at Walmart. Smokes. Beautiful.
Here you go.
Blue bonnets are blooming. Gonna have to get out and take some pictures of them. Hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. We usually do a lot more than just talk on this channel. Also, be sure to hit the like button and don't forget to ring that bell icon. That way you'll be notified when we release new videos. You might also share this video or other videos with your friends and family. Oh, one more thing, leave us a comment below. Share your thoughts with us. We'd love to hear back from you. One last thing. If you're more into outdoor activities, be sure to check out our other channel or Dirty Shoes Adventures. Alright, let's talk about what to do in isolation and how to deal with being quarantined, things to do in quarantine, and why is it physical distancing important, and how to cope with physical distancing and isolation during the COVID-19 pandemic. This is in no particular order, by the way. So, let's get started. Yeah, man, hang on. Ella, trying to make a video. Friend of mine. Y'all hang on. A question? Okay, what's your social distancing? Oh, okay, hang on. Let me put you on speaker. So getting another call? Man, so try to do something and everybody starts calling. Y'all ever have that problem? Oh, no, it's cool, But I want to put you on speakerphone so everybody can hear what's going on. So, hang on, I'm going to sit you down right here. And I think you can hear. Yeah. Alright. So, social distancing. Yeah, that's his question, so we'll just all get the answer at the same time. This is according to my thoughts and what I found, and he had asked me, he said, okay, I'm young and healthy, so why is it important to me? And I'm not sick, dude, so what's the big deal? Yeah. So if any of y'all have that same question, here's the simple answer. It's really kind of simple. So while you may not feel sick today, you could be carrying the virus and not know it yet. You could carry the virus for several days before you even feel sick. Okay, so let's say you're feeling great and you go over to a friend's house to hang out, and if you're into video games, you play video games, watch movies, whatever, just hang out. Then you say you run to the convenience store, and the next day you're sitting around being bored, and then you remember, hey, I needed to get gas while the gas is cheap, which is really a good thing for some of us. For some of us, it's not so good. I got friends working the oil field that are really hurting. So anyhow, so you decide to go to the convenience store to get gas. And let's say that third day, you decide you need something from Walmart. Now, for the last few days, how many people have you been in contact with directly or indirectly? You know, the gas pumps, touching the doors and whatnot. Remember that gas pump? Yeah. So now, just stop and think about it, and think. I think you'll have answered your own question. Everything you have touched, the doorknob at the friend's house, not to mention everything else at her house or his house, whatever, the door handle at the store, maybe you used a shopping cart at Walmart. You see where I'm going with this? So now, all of a sudden, you aren't feeling so good and you stay at home. Then that friend, girlfriend, friend, whatever, that that say they go over to their grandma's house, their grandparents or whatever, and now grandma's in the hospital with the Rona. Did you spread it to them? Did you infect your friend and they in turn infected their grandma or aunt or uncle or whoever? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But what if you did? How do you feel about that? Hopefully you feel pretty bad. People that do not have the strong immune system can die from this virus. This is serious stuff, folks. Don't chance being around people, It could pose a big problem. Think before you go. Ask yourself, is a trip really necessary? Can I just FaceTime my friend? Life is changing, and this is a huge change for everyone. So it is time to adapt and overcome. Things will get better, but for now, just think about it. Okay, so here are a few ways to deal with being quarantined. Think creatively. Find ways to engage socially without physically being there. For instance, make a phone call, FaceTime, use Google Duo, which I think I heard of it, I've just never used it. My grandson's been calling me lately on that. I've never done it, and bad thing is I'm usually at work, and when I'm at work I can't be on a video camera. I can text him briefly, but anyway, that's another story. Play online games. If you're into gaming, set up an event with your friends. Have a big gaming thing, all hook up and play a game. That's just a few ideas. Only spend a short time researching, reading, and learning about the coronavirus news. Don't let it consume you. Don't become a couch potato. Get up and go outside if you can. Regardless, get up and do something. Go through the closet, bag up what you don't wear anymore, and you can donate it to the mission or First Step or whatever as soon as things get back to normal. Main thing is, don't become totally inactive. Whether you get up to go fix dinner, get up to go wash a load of clothes. Just do something. Stay busy. Of course, there's things like doing video and taking pictures, which is what I like to do. That's one of my favorite things. So take pictures of your family. This is especially important if you have kids at home. Make home movies. They'll be priceless when the kids are grown and gone and have kids of their own. My mom had a video transferred into a DVD, and it's like when she was little, and that's really kind of cool to watch. You know, I don't want to spend all day watching it, but it's kind of cool. You know, to see my uncle and cousins and stuff like that back when they were young. You know, your kids and your grandkids may enjoy it. Even if you don't have grandkids, think about the future, because there is a future. We hope. Remain positive. There is a future. Anyway, the list could go on, but one of the most important things about this time is to learn to use your imagination again. Remember when you was a kid and you could have imaginary friends and sit on the floor and play house or whatever? Use your imagination. You know, God gifted us with it. Use it. Don't let it just go in hibernation with your youth. Share that imagination with your friends and family. Let them share theirs with you, especially around the house. You know, think about things. Tell your kids something. Let your kids tell you something, and y'all talk about it. Become a family again. Bring back what the real meaning of family is all about. And I realize a lot of people don't have family and living at home. So whether they're blood or not, or whether they're physically there or not, get online, do the FaceTime thing, make a phone call, talk about the old times and the good times to come. That's a good song. I think it's a Waylon Jennings. Yeah. Now, about the mental struggle during quarantine. This can be a tough one. The uncertainties of what tomorrow will bring, all the news on TV, it all plays a role in our mental well-being. I've heard some people say they don't want to hear about the coronavirus. In some ways, I understand. However, one needs to stay in tune with what's taking place in the world, not just what is inside our homes. We're living in historical times, and you need to pay attention. I'm not saying let it consume you, not at all. To me, it's like a bad storm. Don't fear it, but definitely respect it. Learn what you can so you can react as accordingly. Don't believe everything that you hear on the media. Search online for what you heard and find the speech from the person who gave it. There's little snippets that the news media shares, and you didn't hear the whole story. So don't just assume somebody said something when it was just a partial of what they said. Listen to the whole thing. Don't be a follower of what you see on media. Hear it straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Listen and learn from the source. The virus is a respiratory viral infection, not a mind-bending mental illness. Don't let it warp your mind. Learn from it. Take the negative and use it for positive thoughts and lessons. Yeah, all right. If your children are at home from school, teach them more things than just the books. Teach them life skills. Teach other things and other people in the household. And don't forget yourself. We can learn something. I don't care how old you are. There's still things to learn. And what is life skills? Here are a few, I think, that are important to everyone, children and adults alike. The source of this information is on Nutspace. I just found this. I mean, I heard of a lot of these things because of my previous employer, but it's easier. So I'm going to do a lot of reading right here, and I'll put a link down there in the description to the website that will go in. It'll go more in depth on this. All right. Self-awareness. Self-awareness includes recognition of oneself, our character, our strengths, our weaknesses, and desires and dislikes. Developing self-awareness can help us recognize when we are stressed or feel under pressure. It is often a prerequisite to effective communication in interpersonal relations, as well as developing empathy with others. Basically, getting to know yourself inside and out. Right. If you don't know what empathy is, empathy. To have a successful relationship with our loved ones and society at large, we need to understand and care about other people's needs, desires, and their feelings. Empathy is the ability to imagine what life is like for another person. Put yourself in their shoes. Think outside of your own self, outside of the box, as they say. Empathy can help us to accept others who may be very different from ourselves. This can improve social interactions, especially in situations of ethnic and cultural diversity. And depending on where you're from, just because somebody thinks one way doesn't necessarily mean they're wrong. It's just their situation calls for that way to think. You may think it's stupid to wear shorts when it's 40 degrees outside. Well, maybe they're from Michigan or Ohio or Wisconsin or Alaska or Canada. So 40 degrees is not bad at all for them. I mean, think open-mindedly. Consider their thoughts and their feelings on things. Critical thinking. Critical thinking is the ability to analyze information and experience in an objective manner. Critical thinking can contribute to health by helping us to recognize and assess the factors that influence attitudes and behavior, such as values, peer pressure, and the media. Critical thinking. Think for yourself. Simple. Don't let other people and other outside sources think for you. And then you got creative thinking. Creative thinking is a novel way of seeing or doing things that is characteristic of 4 components: fluency, generating new ideas; flexibility, shifting your perspective easily, and that's an important one, be flexible; originality, conceiving of something new; and elaboration, building on other ideas. In times like these right now, this one is rather important. Be flexible. I don't know what else to say. It's right there. And then, like I said, there's a link in the description to the website. And decision making. Decision making helps us to deal constructively with decisions about our lives. This can have consequences for health. It can teach people how to actively make decisions about their actions in relation to healthy assessment of different options and what effects these different decisions are likely to have. There you go again. Think outside the box. Analyze the situation. Think about it. Then make your decision. Problem solving. Problem solving helps us to deal constructively with problems in our lives. Significant problems that are left unresolved can cause mental stress and give rise to accompanying physical strain. And I want to add this one. I think a good way for this one is to sit alone and let your mind go. I've mentioned this in a couple other videos. Relax and think about the problem at hand and play out different scenarios in your mind, different ways it could go. If you think this way and you go that way, how is that going to work out? And then think about it this way. And then form your own direction. Think to the left, think to the right, think backwards, forwards, up, down. And then think about it, come to a good conclusion, and go with it. You may be wrong, but at least you thought about it. figure out what the best approach to solving the problem would be and go from there. Always think in an open and clear mind. That's the most important thing, open-mindedly. Don't just think you know it all. Think about what other people say. As stupid as some of the things people say, listen to them. Because sometimes they may not be saying it right, and it may not come out right, but their ideal or their thought is right in their way of thinking. So just because somebody is wrong doesn't necessarily mean they're wrong. They just may not be thinking about it with an open mind, or just a closed, narrow mind will usually lead to a wrong solution. So not only for yourself, for others. Don't make hasty decisions. Don't pass judgment quickly. Consider the source. Consider what's going on in that person's life. Different things like that. So, effective communication. And this is a big one from my previous employment. Effective communication means that we are able to express ourselves both verbally and non-verbally in ways that are appropriate to our cultures and situations. Effective communication does not mean cuss somebody out or call them stupid or physically attack them. That's not going to effectively communicate anything. It may solve the situation immediately, but it's not going to fix nothing. This means to be able to express opinions and desires, and also the needs and fears. And it may mean being able to ask for advice and help in a time of need. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If you can't get something across to somebody, get somebody else's opinion on how to get it across. Yeah, you'll learn from it, and they may learn something from it, and whoever you're trying to communicate, hopefully they learn. All right. And coping with stress means recognizing the sources of the stress in our lives, recognizing how this affects us, and acting in ways that helps us control our levels of stress by changing our environment or lifestyles and learning how to relax. Wrong beliefs is like, I'm not good enough or something is wrong with me, because up to 95% of illnesses, of all illness and disease. I was reading that wrong. Thinking like that can cause up to 95% of illnesses and diseases. Don't beat yourself up about things. Fix what you can, what you can't, go on. Ask for help. Refer to the things that we just talked about. The membrane of the cell is a brain of the cell, not the nucleus. Our beliefs are stored in the membrane of our cells. Unless we are fully aware of what we are doing and why we are doing it at every moment, we are always acting on our unconsciousness, programming stored as beliefs in our cells. That's pretty deep. I'm not going to dive into that one. You just think about that and read it on that side or back up and listen to that again. Scientific research has established that stress is the core factor in physical, mental, and emotional disease. And these are very stressful times for a lot of people. So that's why this what I'm reading is important. Because there's a lot of people stressing out right now, and with good reason in some situations. Discovering how unconsciousness, physical, mental, and emotional habits create stress, aging, addiction, and disease through awareness and simple lifestyle changes, reclaiming youthful vitality, joy, and well-being. Get what you can out of that one. You just got to rethink it, think clearly. There you go. No outside things bothering you. Think about that and form an opinion of what it means. Coping with emotions means involving recognizing emotions within us and others, being aware of how emotions influence behavior, and being able to respond to emotions appropriately. Intense emotions like anger or sadness can have negative effects on our health, and we do not respond appropriately. Coping with emotional. Our feelings are a wonderful barometer of our well-being. Okay? When we are not caught up in negative thinking, our feelings remain positive and we feel joyful, loving, and peaceful. Oh, okay. So if you fill your mind up with negative emotions, you're going to get negative. Fill it up with positive emotions, you're going to feel better, joyful, loving, peaceful. When we're feeling fearful, angry, and depressed, it is a sure sign that our thoughts have become negative and dysfunctional. Developing this awareness and making the decision to eliminate negative thinking can be dramatically be life-changing, and it really can. Interpersonal relationship skills help us to relate in positive ways with people we interact with. This may mean being able to make and keep friendly relationships, which can be of great importance to our mental and social well-being. It may mean keeping good relationships with family members, which are an important source of social support. It may also mean being able to end relationships constructively. So there you got it. All right, a little bit more. Y'all, I hope y'all are getting something out of this, because it's a lot of it's pretty important. All right, why teach life skills? Life skills education contribute to basic education, gender equality, democracy, good citizenship, child care and protection, quality and efficiency of education system, and the promotion of lifelong learning, quality of life, and the promotion of peace. So there's a lot to life skills. Don't just mean learn how to write a checkbook or balance a checkbook and change an oil in the car. There's a lot to it. And these are life skills that they don't teach in school anymore. Well, I don't know if they ever taught you. Well, maybe in shop they taught you how to change oil in the car. Anyway, I'm getting off on going off on a tangent there. As you hopefully now see, learning life skills is very important. So take the time of this self-quarantine, isolation, shelter in place, whatever your case may be, and use the time wisely. You may not get another chance like this, and in some ways I hope we don't. So take this time. If you're by yourself, get to know yourself again. Sometimes we lose track of who we are. If you got family, wife, spouse, husband, partner, whatever, kids, get to know them. You know, what's your kids into now? And I guess Ninja Turtles and things such as that are a thing of the past, but I don't know. But y'all use this downtime and make something positive out of it. Don't let negative nanny, what is that? Don't let negative nanny consume you or whatever it is. But stay positive as you can. Help each other, be friendly, respect each other, and respect yourself. So y'all stay safe out there. Keep on keeping on. We'll see y'all down the road. Bye.